evening, I'm Jackie Spate. 6 babies have died from viral pneumonia this month, the latest being a 6-month-old who died yesterday. The youngest victim so far has been a month-old, found dead by her mother. This has prompted authorities to sound a warning, seek medical treatment as soon as possible. Akusita Tale has more.
Pneumonia is an infection of the lungs caused by bacteria, fungal and viral infections. But there are also other causes.
So you have community-acquired pneumonia that is very common in the community because of organisms that are in the community, and patients are always susceptible. And it's usually the extreme ages. It's usually the pediatric age group and the elderly age group that's always susceptible.
People with diabetes, kidney problems, HIV and heart conditions are the most vulnerable to pneumonia. Dr. Rewa Louis says, we sometimes mistake the symptoms through a common flu or a fever, but this can quickly develop into pneumonia if not treated early. So far this year, more than 550 children have been diagnosed with the disease. The public is being told prevention is better than cure.
Our commitment to health is to always advise the community that in circumstances where you believe you're sick, you need to get to health care earlier than later, because that's always our biggest problem in our nation, is getting them to earlier health care.
If untreated, pneumonia can be deadly. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Investigations are underway into allegations that a Class 2 student was assaulted during a school parade last week. Family members claim the 7-year-old was slapped by other students on the orders of a teacher. Epelito Kawasa reports.
Lakai Saini wants answers on what happened last Thursday, causing her granddaughter and namesake to suffer a nosebleed.
I am really disappointed with what happened to her that day. If teachers can be asked if there is a problem with the child, they are the ones to give the punishment and not tell the students.
The Class 2 student of Watuanga Primary School told us she was allegedly beaten for not paying attention when the head teacher was making an announcement.
The teacher asked who is talking and the student tell my name. And our teacher told one student to slap me, but instead 3 came and slapped me.
This afternoon, FBC News went to Watuanga Primary. The head teacher refused to entertain our questions, only saying there was no assault and that Saini just had a nosebleed. A complaint has been lodged with both the police and the Education Ministry.
I want the Ministry of Education to do something about this.
Police spokesperson Ananai Soro confirms it's a complaint accompanied by a medical report. Saini, in the meantime, refuses to go back to school, saying she's afraid. Epelito Kawasa, FBC News.
Fiji Times has agreed to pay compensation to the Attorney General's office for an article ruled to be contemptuous. Fiji Times Limited, its editor Fred Wesley and former publisher Brian O'Flaherty found guilty on 1 count of contempt of court. The Solicitor General's office has submitted that the newspaper pay $500,000. Deb Narayan has more.
The newspaper has been found guilty of contempt of court over an article last November questioning Fiji's judiciary and its independence. Fiji Times lawyer John Apted told Judge Justice William Kalinchini that Fred Wesley, the chief editor, was unaware of this story and it was seen by another editor working on that day. He also told the court that Fiji Times has agreed to publish an apology on the front page as a terms of settlement. A second article published this year is also subject to the same trial. Fiji Times lawyers argue it should only be treated as an aggravating factor for which Fred Wesley is liable as chief editor. Acting Solicitor General Sharvada Sharma says contempt of court is a serious offence since the article in question undermined the judiciary. He argued that Fiji Times has been convicted for contempt of court twice and it's appropriate to impose a sentence to deter such activities in the future. The Solicitor General's office is asking that Wesley be sentenced to 6 months imprisonment and the publisher Hank Arts be given a 3-month suspended sentence. Justice Kalenjini will deliver his judgment next year. Devnarayan, FBC News.
The Fiji Roads Authority says it's ready to kickstart roadworks around the country come the 1st of January. It's admitted that the state of roads in Fiji is nothing short of pathetic. And Roland Koroi finds out just how soon we can expect change for the better.
Mike Rudge has a lot on his hands, heading a team of overseas and local contractors to fix hundreds of kilometers of roads all over Fiji. Although the $422 million for roadworks will only be released from the 1st of January, Rudge is wasting no time.
The Number Walu to Trakete project, we hope to have the contractor start in the next 2 or 3 weeks. The 4 laning projects that the Prime Minister talked about, we're aiming to have those start in April, but there's still a lot of work to be done before we can make that happen. And the maintenance contracts kick off on the 1st of January.
According to Rudge, the public can expect some real changes to the way potholes and gradings are managed. There have been outcry in the past, motorists complaining that roadworks don't hold up very long, and even more potholes show up after it rains. Contractors have now been told to plan their work properly.
The contractors have tended to open up a lot of road and then have trouble with it when it rains. We're trying to persuade the contractors to take different approaches to that.
As for bridges, engineers are still designing a temporary one for Watuanga to ease traffic. Rudge says this will take time as the piles are in a poor condition. A new Watuanga bridge will be built either up or downstream. The Stinson Parade Bridge will also remain closed for now because the new design plans aren't ready. Roland Koroi, FBC News.